Hello BookTube. Today I'm going to be doing the Our Flag Means Death book tag. This tag was created by Kaz and Camera, and I saw it originally on Kathy Trithdart's channel. This tag is based on the new television series Our Flag Means Death, which seems to be quite popular. The prompts relate to the episodes of the first season. Prompt number 1, Pilot. A group ensemble you would love to join, but you have to kick out a member, Mutiny. For this, I'm going to join Team Natsu from Fairy Tail by Hiro Mishima. Fairy Tail is the story of the adventures of Team Natsu, a team of wizards who are part of the Fairy Tail Wizarding Guild and their adventures. This is my favorite manga series, and if I have to kick out a member of the team, it would probably be Wendy Marvell, who joins the team relatively not quite late in the series, but she's a later addition, and she's always been my least favorite member of Team Natsu. I just never quite connected with her as a character, and I don't think she quite fits in all that well. So if I had to replace a member, I would replace her. So anyway, that was my answer to prompt number 1. Prompt number 2, A Damned Man. Love or Loathe, a book you loved or hated that everyone else seems to have the opposite opinion of. For this, I'm going to go with The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune. This is a cutesy, light fantasy novel about a harried Child Protective Services agent who specializes in the care of magical children. He runs basically inspections of orphanages or group homes that specialize in the care of magical children. He goes to do an inspection of a specific school and falls in love with the headmaster or the chief caretaker and the kids under his care. Most of the people who've read this book have loved it. I am one of the few who really did not like it. It's too sucker and too comedic attempt. I didn't like it at all. Prompt number 3, A Gentleman Pirate. A book you would sell your booty for to own right now. Okay, so a book I would sell my booty for to get would be Magi, the Labyrinth of Magic, Volume 9. I would also say 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, and however many others that are at the moment difficult to find. So Magi, the Labyrinth of Magic is a manga series written and drawn by Shinobu Otaka. It's inspired by the Middle East and the 1001 Nights, and it's about a young wizard named Aladdin who looks for friends. He adventures to find friends. He finds one in a young man named Alibaba, and they go on adventures. I've recently started reading it and really enjoyed it, and I'm looking for more volumes, and I'm really looking forward to rereading what I have, because I have the first 8 volumes and then the 13th. Not including, I have 2 more that will be in my August book haul at least. But anyway, moving on to prompt 4, Discomfort, in a married state. First meeting, a character you instantly fell in love with. For this, I'm going to stick with Magi the Labyrinth of Magic, and I'm going to go with the specific character of Judar, this young man here. Judar is a recurring antagonist in the Labyrinth, in Magi the Labyrinth of Magic, and he's quite an interesting character. And when I first saw images of him, I was just immediately drawn to his character design, and it really drew me to Magi the Labyrinth of Magic. Which is not the first time that a character has really drawn me to reading manga. In fact, Fairy Tail was very much the same way. Images of Natsu, this character here, as well as Gray, both drew me to Fairy Tail. Okay, let's move on to prompt number 5. The best revenge is dressing well. A beautiful book that is wonderful inside and out. For this, I'm going to stick with manga and go with Toilet-Bound Hanako-kun by Aida Iro. Toilet-Bound Hanako-kun is a manga series about an incredibly haunted school in Japan. A student at the school, Nene, is told that if she goes to a specific toilet stall and performs a set ritual, she can summon the spirit known as the toilet-bound Hanako-san and will be granted a wish. Nene goes to the stall, she performs the ritual, and she summons Hanako-san. Although, unlike the traditional ghost of a young woman or young girl, the ghost is a boy, Hanako-kun. He grants Nene's wish, or attempts to. It doesn't quite turn out how Nene would have liked it to, and the young boy Amane has to rescue her and makes her become his assistant, initially cleaning his bathroom or his bathroom stall, and then later aiding him in his duties of regulating the other supernaturals who haunt this school. There are 7 major mysteries, and he's the 7th, and so that gives him a bit of a regulatory authority over the other 6, as well as numerous other hauntings. They're joined by a young man named, or younger student named Ko, who is a trainee exorcist who initially tries to exorcise Amane, but later joins Amane and Nene on their quest to their job to sort of regulate the relationship between the living and the supernatural at the school. As you can see from the cover, the covers are quite striking, and I love the art style of the covers, and I love the art work. Let me see if I can find a really good image. Right there, and no, there's one. There's one really good one towards the end of the volume. Oh, yes. I love the art in this series. So, yeah. I'm told about Hanako-kun is magic for this one. Prompt number 6. The Art of Fuckery. A book that took you on a wild ride. For this, I'm going to move away from manga and pick up a work of nonfiction, and that is Big Wonderful Thing, A History of Texas by Stephen Harrigan. This is a massive history of the state of Texas. And I read it in 2020, and it's a wild ride of a narrative history. This is history as it should be done, and I loved every moment I spent with this book. It is an amazing, wild ride. Prompt number 7. This is happening. Treasure Map, an underrated gem of a book that people should read. For this, I'm going to stick with history and go with Sunny Days by David Camp. This is a history of children's television, particularly on PBS, although other children's educational programs are also included. So shows focused on are Sesame Street, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, The Electric Company, Zoom, uh, I'm blanking on it, Schoolhouse Rock, and a few local public access channels in New York and Los Angeles. And this book was a delight to read, and I think more people should read it. It is wonderful. Prompt number 8. Gull Way Back. Your favorite animal companion. I'm a bit reluctant to use this character as an animal companion because he's much more of a character than that. But I would go with Happy from Fairy Tale and Eden Zero. Happy is a wonderful, delightful character. Prompt number 9, Act of Grace. A series that started off great but went downhill, or a series you DNF'd. For this prompt, I'm going to go with the War for the Rose Throne series by Peter McLean. The series starts off with the fantastic Priest of Bones, which is about a crime boss in the city of Ellenberg who has been conscripted into a war. And while during his conscription, he becomes a priest of a war goddess. After the war and he's demobilized, he and his regiment, as well as his brother's regiment, return home to Ellenberg to sort of pick up where they left off, and obviously with new recruits. Once he arrives in Ellenberg, he realizes that his territories have been taken from him, and Thomas has to take its territory back. As he starts the process of reestablishing his pious men in his neighborhoods, he is approached by a representative of the Queensmen, secret organization dedicated to protecting the state by any means necessary. And he is informed that agents of an enemy power have infiltrated the city and supporting his rivals, and that the Queensmen wish to use him to strike at their foreign opponents. This book was fantastic. I loved it, absolutely loved it. Unfortunately, I bailed on the third book in the series, Priest of Gallows. This sees Thomas as a Queensman. He's fully a Queensman, and he's left the pious men. He's begun acting as an agent of the crown and basically consigning people to death and torture, and it's just so bad. It's bad, and I bailed on it. And I'm pretty much that experience has soured me enough on the rest of the series that I'm pretty much done with it. Prompt number 10, wherever you go, there you are. An auto by author. For this prompt, I've got two. Obviously, returning to manga. My auto-buy author is Hiro Mishima. This is the first volume in his most recent series, Eden Zero. Eden Zero is about a young man named Shiki who was raised by androids on a tourist planet. As these androids begin to malfunction and shut off because they're not being maintained, a young woman named Rebecca and her exceed companion Happy arrive to film videos. The androids, robots appear to malfunction and try to kill Rebecca and Happy, and Shiki rescues them and leaves the planet with them and joins them on their adventures. Their goal is to find the giant cosmic goddess figure, Mother. And as the trio adventure, they add to their crew and gain more starships and stuff. And series progresses from there, and it is wonderful. I absolutely love this series. I've basically got most of the rest of this year's releases in Eden Zero pre-ordered. I'll start on next year's in the next few weeks, and just Hiro Mishima is definitely an auto-buy author for me. Moving back to history, another auto-buy author for me, I think, is Jill Lepore. She's a historian who has written a number of great books, among them These Truths, which is a fantastic history of the United States. So that was the Our Flag Means Death tag. If you would like to do this tag, consider yourselves tagged. I will be back tomorrow with 2 videos. I will do my back to school reading project, TBR, around this time. Tomorrow afternoon, and then I will have a perhaps quite ranty weekly reads on tomorrow evening. So far, I've been working on this week my Garbagus readings, and it has gone very well. So there's going to be some Garbagus rants. But anyway, that's for tomorrow. That's pretty much all I have for today. So thank you, BookTube. Have a great afternoon and stay safe.